This video is going to be very different from the videos that I usually make on this channel. And to be honest, I'm actually feeling a lot of resistance towards making this video because I'm going to be really vulnerable and really open with you in this video. But I am making this video because I know there is a lot of people out there that needs to hear what I'm going to talk about in this video. Because if you're young, if you're ambitious, you have big goals of a life that you're looking to create for yourself, for the people around you, of making a lot of money, achieving a lot of freedom, building a big business, whatever your goals are, the truth is that you're going to feel lost a lot. We're talking like a lot. You're gonna have people around you that don't believe in you, you're gonna feel lost, you're gonna go to sleep at night multiple times over and over again, lay there, look up at the ceiling and wonder like, are you doing the right thing? Is all of this going to waste? Are you going to fail? Are you taking too big risks? Should you just take the traditional path instead? All of these questions are things that you will struggle with, and things that I've been struggling with as well for the last like over 4 years of being in entrepreneurship and making money online and doing these different things. And in this video, I want to explain to you like kind of the journey that I'm going through, the things that's been working for me so far, so you can take this away and hopefully get to the goals that you have faster. Because I definitely haven't figured everything out when it comes to like how to handle risk and how to not feel lost and things like that. But there's a lot of things that I have figured out, a lot of things that I've kind of been able to understand throughout my journey that's helped me get more success. Because I've made over 6 figures, or actually multiple 6 figures at this point online. I've helped multiple other guys as well get into the online space, make their first 5 to 10K per month. And these are the principles that help me and also other people do that. So let's get into it. First off, I want to give you kind of like a backstory. It's like help you kind of understand like who I am and where I'm coming from. Because about like 3 years ago, I was living with my parents and I was in probably a very similar position that you're in right now, where I was literally like completely lost, you know. I was like, okay, I have these big goals. I want to create a life of freedom for myself. I want to be able to provide for the people around me, travel when I want to, have freedom, all those different things. I see people online, I see these gurus online with the Lambos, living in Dubai, living in Miami. I want that, but I have no idea how I'm going to get there. And I tried all these different business opportunities, and I felt like I wasn't meant to be an entrepreneur because I failed with business model after business model after business model. And like literally like on a daily basis, I would just be like, when I went to sleep at night, I'll be journaling and thinking about like, why is this stuff not working out? Like, what am I missing? That thing was always there. And now 3 years later, I made multiple 6 figures. I can travel wherever I want, whenever I want. I'm here in Brazil right now. I was in Argentina a couple of weeks ago. I was in Spain, in Sweden, in Colombia. I'm traveling all over, making good money, having a life of freedom, helping a lot of other people. But the thing that has not disappeared is that exact same emotion of feeling lost. Nights where you're just laying there, or where I'm just laying there and like not knowing what I'm gonna do, what next step is actually gonna look like, how I'm gonna get to the big goals, the big visions that I still have. And just in general, feeling like I don't know what next step is. And I think to be honest, like, because I've spoken with people that are doing way bigger numbers than me, and I'm doing like 100K, 200K per month, and I have like a way bigger business than I have. And what I've heard from those people is they still experience the exact same thing to a certain extent. And that's why I'm making this video, to help you understand like how to actually think about this. Because I think a lot of people, probably you watching this right now, you probably think about these emotions of feeling lost, feeling scared, feeling uncomfortable, feeling uncertain the wrong way. You're probably like reacting the wrong way to it, which could be holding you back from success. So let's dive into it. I will explain like how I think about this, how to actually kind of combat this. And I think the most important principle when it comes to this is it's how you view your emotions, how you view these kind of consequences of trying to go further, if that makes sense. Because first thing we need to understand is that if you want to live like a top 0.1% life, you know, where you're making more money than most other people, you're having more freedom than most other people, you don't go into a 9 to 5, you don't go the traditional path of just like settling for like average life. If that thought scares you, you also need to be prepared for the fact that you're gonna have to go through experience and live through things that most people are not willing to live through. And I'm just being like real here, like guy to guy, that if you're trying to get rich at a young age and make a lot of money like in your 20s or even in your early 30s, you know, that is only gonna come with you being willing to do things that most people in your age are not willing to do. You can have parents, you can have close friends, a lot of people around you that don't believe in you. People that tell you like all these small things constantly, like reasons why you can't make it. And it's gonna get into your own head as well. You will start thinking to yourself like, is this actually a good idea for me to do? Will this actually work out? And then you will have self-doubt as well. A lot of times, like you will go to sleep, you will think about, okay, what if this doesn't work out? What if this thing fails? Like what's gonna be the worst case gonna happen? What like this feels scary, this is uncomfortable, I feel like I might fail, you know? You have all these emotions all the time that you are going to be forced to just like run through. And just like have those emotions, feel that way, but move forward regardless. That is the only way to get to where you wanna go. If I wouldn't have done that, there's no way that I would have gotten to where I am today. And if I stopped moving through those emotions, my evolution would stop right now. I wouldn't keep growing towards the goals that I have. And it's something that you need to be reminded about constantly because it never gets easier. As long as you keep on growing, as long as you keep on developing, it's going to feel scary. You can have sleepless nights where you're wondering like, what are you doing? You're gonna have friends, family that call you stupid, and you're gonna be losing out on friends that you used to hang out with because you're growing faster than them. This is all part of the journey. And you probably hear people talk about this online, but you might not understand that this actually applies to you. This is actually like what real life looks like, and it's hard, you know? And that's why most people never actually get to the goals that you have. So you have to just like realize for yourself that that is kind of the sacrifice that you're going through. And no, this doesn't mean that you're not gonna have fun in your life, you know? It's just about like optimizing your life to hanging around the right people, having the right type of thoughts in your own head, and like just optimizing your environment, how you talk to yourself and things like that. That's a topic for a different video though, but that's the first thing, is like understanding that like that is the way. Being uncertain, being uncomfortable, being scared, that is the way for you to get to where you want to go. And then also understanding that like this is actually going to get a lot easier the more you can just sit and become comfortable with just being by yourself. This is a big thing that I noticed in my own journey as well, which is like when you're around a lot of other people, regardless if that's people that are further ahead than you or if it's people that are behind you, it's gonna kind of like fuck with your way of thinking and like how you show up. And to give an example of what I mean by this is recently, the last couple of months, I've been traveling, hanging out with a lot of different people, friends, with family members in like 2 different continents of the world, literally like 4 different countries. And going through that period, it's very easy to get into, so let me try to kind of explain what I mean in the best words possible. It's very easy to kind of fall into the pattern of just like following what happens around you. You know, you get into a group of people that do this, that are in this type of business, they think this type of way, and then all of a sudden you're doing the same thing as them, you know? Go home back to see your family, which like they think in a certain way, they have certain ideas about the world, and then all of a sudden you start thinking and acting like them unconsciously. It's very easy to just like fall into these patterns. And that's what happened to me recently when I've been traveling and just being with other people constantly. And that's also why I came out here to Brazil now. I'm right now in Florianopolis in Brazil. I don't know anyone out there before coming here. Like no one whatsoever, no friends, family members, like no one at all. I'm here completely by myself. The only people I've really like talked to is like the people that I've just like seen my building, like the people down at the reception, my cleaners, and like the host of my building, people at the supermarket and things like that. No other people. And I did this on purpose to a large degree as well. Because I want to go here and just really realign with myself. Like what do I want? What's the direction that I'm trying to go into? What are the goals that I have? And these things become extremely clear when you're just willing to just sit for yourself, when you start meditating, when you start journaling on a daily basis, you spend time alone. But a lot of people I see, and myself included to a big extent, am guilty of just always trying to surround yourself with other people. It's very easy to fall into the trap of like never wanting to be alone, pretty much. But there's a huge danger with not wanting to be alone, because when you're not willing to be alone, you're gonna fall into the traps of just like following other people's plans, other people's goals, other people's visions, other people's beliefs will just rub off on you way more than you might want to, when you are not crystal clear on exactly where you are going. So don't get me wrong here, I'm not saying that you should just like isolate yourself for the rest of your life and just like live on like a random island for the rest of your life and not talk to anyone. That's not what I'm saying whatsoever. I'm definitely gonna go back and like hang out with other people and like socialize and like be parts of like friend groups and things like that, for sure. But what I'm saying is I think you need to go into periods of your life where you isolate yourself, where you're sitting with yourself, with your own emotions, with your own goals, and you're really clear on what you want to achieve, where you're looking to go, what your beliefs are, what you like feel good with, and all those different things. Because if you don't do that, you're gonna fall into the tracks of other people, and that might not be what you want to do. You know, probably not. Because it's very easy to fall into the track of just like basically just falling and just doing exactly what other people around you do. And then you might end up in a life 3, 4, 5 years from now that you don't actually want to begin with. You might have put in all this effort and this time and energy into something that didn't actually end up getting you to where you want to go. And that's probably like the biggest fear that I've had recently around is noticed sometimes always like I'm coming up to the surface. Like I've been down just underwater holding my breath, aka like traveling and hanging out with random people and just like grinding away at the business that I thought I was meant to do. And then I get into times like this where I'm alone. I sit with my thoughts, reflect a lot, journal a lot, and it's almost like I'm coming up to the surface, taking a deep breath of air and just kind of looking around and seeing like where I actually am, what I'm actually doing, like what am I actually aligned with my goals. And it's kind of awakening a lot of different thoughts in my own head of like what I'm actually doing and like things I actually value versus what I've been working on and like what I'm actually like building and where I'm going in life and things like that. And it's extremely important. Like there's no way I would be able to kind of take my head up out of the water and actually get that like fresh breath of air, however you say it, without being alone for a bit. So that's like really the second advice I want to give in this video. Like number one, understand that like uncertainty is the way, like I said before. But number two, be willing to sit alone. Be willing to just sit with your emotions because it's going to give you clarity. It's going to show you what the way to your goals actually is. And again, this doesn't mean that you have to be like go alone for the rest of your life. This means that it's a period of time where you have to sit with your own emotions because most people never do that, and that's why most people don't actually have any alignment with what their goals are, and actually not building the life that they truly want because they're not even clear on what they truly want in the first place. So these are like some very like kind of straightforward like thoughts that I want to share with you, some reflections that I'm going through right now in the part that I'm at in my life. And also I want to like leave you with this, the fact that it's fine to be lost. It's totally okay to not know where you're going. The emotions feel like shit, it's scary, it's uncomfortable, you want certainty. We're always looking for like certainty, especially like as guys that have big goals and dreams and things like that. We're looking for certainty and like how we're gonna get there and the fact that it's actually gonna happen and like trying to like figure out the perfect plan. But I think honestly that at least in my life, the more I've been able to just live in that certainty or live in that uncertainty and be okay with not knowing what's gonna happen, but just keep going forward in the right direction and just like doing actions that I know will eventually get me to where I want to go. The more I've just been doing that, the more success that I've seen as well. So I'm rooting for you. Keep living in uncertainty. Keep taking the actions that you know will get you to your goal, no matter how it feels, no matter how scared you are. Take time to reflect, especially now before New Year's. Take this time to really reflect and get clear on what you want the next year of your life to look like. If you have any questions, if you want help or just have like some thoughts on your mind, DM me on Instagram. I reply to all DMs and I'm happy to like help you out and just give you some feedback and just like chat a bit over on Instagram. So you have my Instagram down below or leave a comment down below this video. Thank you a lot for watching this video. If you want help or like coaching from me to learn how I make money with remote sales, click the link down below this video. You can join my inner circle and have a call with me to see if you're a good fit for it. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. Take care. And keep crushing it. Ciao.